All right, Mocha Marbles. Welcome to Mocha the Morning, where we're adding a little flavor to your morning blend. I am your host, Miss Keisha Boyd. And of course, I have my cafe con leche, officially Jorge. Hi, darling.
Buenos días, hola, ¿cómo está? What's
Hola, buenos
up?
días, papi. ¿Cómo está?
Look, we are still celebrating International Mujeres Month, you
And
know?
Women's Day, yes, all of that this
Yes.
week. It is the week of the woman, the year, the month of the woman, honey. We are everything, and everything is up. Okay,
Even though it should
listen.
be celebrated, I feel like I celebrate it every day. I
Absolutely, you do. You make us feel amazing every single time we're in your presence, and we love you for that.
can. Strawberry
So,
Strawberry Festival was fun.
yes, you know what? The crazy thing, it was my first time ever going to the
Me
Strawberry
too.
Festival. I
I have
know, right?
never been. I have never
Now,
been.
now, Jorge. For me, I'm not from Tampa.
Mhm.
I've been here for 20 something years, but you've been here most of your life, and you never been to the Strawberry Festival.
I've been here all of my life, except for the times that I was not. But you see, but that's Plant City. Like growing up is like, you know
We
what I'm
going to
saying?
Plant City.
Yeah, well, I grew up in South Tampa, so I didn't know nobody in Plant City. Like for what? I
Well,
mean,
you know what? The crazy thing is, um, Plant City has this small little community,
yeah.
historically Black community called Beesville, and they have some amazing property and homes out there, and just the history.
Yeah.
So I've been getting to know a little bit more about Plant City. So
Oh
I'm
yeah.
glad that we got a chance to take honor, um,
They eat some fun
out
okay.
to enjoy.
They eat some fun
Yes.
okay. And we did the neutron dance.
Yes,
You
honey.
was an
Come on, Pointer
automatic.
Sisters. Hey, hey. Speaking of Pointer Sisters, right? As a girl group,
Mhm.
yo, like there's so many girl groups that are like present and like almost making a comeback. Like you have SWV and Escape with their new TV
The
show.
queens of R&B.
Yes.
I don't know about the title, but okay.
Shade, the shade. Those were listen, they are queens in their own right, and they have set the tone for the new girl groups, and but obviously they had to learn from somebody, right? So who is your favorite like throwback
Well, you
girl
know
group?
what? It's so funny because we are celebrating International Women's Month and we
Yep.
celebrate Women's Day actually on the 8th. And I looked at this list that was on people.com. And first of all, I love me a girl group,
Yes, you
period,
do, honey. Yes,
across
you
the
do.
board. So to me, it was no surprise to see girl groups like the Supremes on
Yes,
there, girl groups like Destiny's Child, Destiny
of
and all her
course.
children.
All her children.
All the children. The Chicks was up in there.
Okay.
Okay, all right. And
Okay.
not only that, Blackpink in your area,
Your faves.
right? So I'm just what, but you know what? And so of course, so many others, but there are some that were not recognized in the article, and I was like, I wonder who Keisha would like what other girl groups you think should have been mentioned. And like for me, like being like bang bang da 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 bang bang, there was a time where I listened to freestyle music, which is like
Mm-hmm.
dance music at the time, but it was coming
Yeah.
from like Spanish Harlem situation, I think. Yeah, from like New York City club scene, like groups like Sweet Sensation, taking it while it's hot. I'm
Yes.
good on you. Dun, dun, dun.
Listen, you know one of my favorite girl groups who they didn't make a huge splash, but you gotta talk about like for me, the LaBelles, 702.
702
I used to
357.
love 702, well, especially that song they did
Where my
with
girls
So For
at?
Real. Play this little game we play. You
Ooh.
go high and I'll go seek. See, we were young, we was trying to be grown.
We
Yes,
still we
702.
still young. We
Yes, we are.
young in the face, but grown in the mind.
There it is. Bam. All right, listen, we have
Salt and
so much
Pepper. I'm
to
at
cover.
Salt and Pepper. That's a girl group.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
One of the iconic. JJ
and the
Fad.
look, and the one group that they did not mention, which I'm gonna have to write into People Magazine because they need to recognize. I mean, to me,
What?
it's my favorite girl group of all time
Who
across the
is?
board. This one,
We can't see that. Who is? Oh, it's us.
Don't forget about
Don't
us.
forget about us. I love it. Listen, we have so much more to talk about today. But first,
I mean, we don't got hits on the charts, but we still be hitting it.
we be hitting though. Out the park though.
If you would like to share an event or join our Mocha in the Morning crew as a guest contributor, email us at mochamorningshow@gmail.com or slide in our DMs. Thank you for adding a little flavor to your morning blend.
All right, Mocha Marbles. We are back, and it is time for this week's Steamers. Officially, Jorge, what you got for us, babe?
Well, is everyone ready for everything that's happening and the latest in Black Hollywood and entertainment?
That's right. Let's do it.
That's my cue to take a sip because I'm gonna talk a lot. Okay,
Oh.
so it is International Women's Month. We just celebrated Women's Day earlier this week, and let's talk about Miss Toni Morrison, who is getting her own commemorative stamp. Congratulations to her. Now, what y'all need to know is that she is a Nobel Prize winner in literature. She's been in and out. She's like VIP in Oprah's book club.
Yes, she is.
We're talking about 11. Let's count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, 11 like Pulitzer Prizes.
Yeah. And I have 3 or 4 on my bookshelves. I'm looking around because I'm like, I know I have them like scattered on different places. But yes, Toni Morrison is amazing.
So congratulations to her. She totally deserved that. Another fabulous woman. She was a catalyst for generations of readers over the years to understand the power of reading and words. Reading is a thing. You were a reading teacher.
I was at one point a reading teacher, and we definitely touched on some Toni Morrison for sure.
I mean, because let me tell you, not only can she write, but she can teach you how to read.
Hello. Read right.
Moving right along, and speaking about fabulous women, let me do a salute to Captain Janet Days. She is celebrating Women's History Month. The Admiral says that females can do anything in the military. Let me tell you. So, Miss Lady shows up at a regalia to a meeting with all of the menses.
All the menses.
And they're like, yo, so, when's the captain showing up? And she was like, voila.
Hello.
Please take a seat.
I am she.
I mean, y'all need to step and salute at this point.
Hello. Step, salute, bow, everything.
So, anyways, Norfolk, which is interesting because my parents were actually stationed in Norfolk. But anyways, they got their first Black woman as a commanding officer.
Yes, honey. Yes. Congratulations.
And that is, Norfolk is the largest naval base in the United States of America.
In the United States.
Yeah, so I'm just saying. And look, you don't have to be a captain in the military to be a commanding officer if you want.
You don't. You don't.
I mean, so congratulations to those 2 wonderful ladies. Wishing the rest of you and all of your accomplishments, what you have and will accomplish. Happy International Women's Month. All right, so now let's talk about the knockout punch that was delivered over the weekend with Creed 3. Talk about reigniting, right? Reigniting, and also like just spinning the storyline of Rocky. You know what I'm saying?
So I have not seen the movie just yet, right? I would have seen it on opening night, but my friend Anawa, happy birthday, Anawa! She was like, you have to wait for us because we're going out of town this weekend. And she's like, wait for me. So I was like, oh, you better be glad you caught me, girl, because I've been avoiding social media because people be dropping spoilers.
Yeah.
And I cannot even scroll until I go see this tomorrow. So yeah.
Well,
I can't wait to see it.
Michael B. Jordan in out of the news, and the headlines, and because last week we brought him up also with everything that's happening, in Hollywood, and Quantumania and Ant-Man and your other friend, your man.
Yes, Jonathan Majors. Yes.
So $58.7 million knocking Quantumania out of there.
$58 million.
58.7.
What a freaking directorial debut for Michael B. Jordan.
What? I mean,
wow.
And look, did you see him climbing them steps? No.
Listen, honey, you better go. Congratulations to him and the entire team for
way to suck it to him. Way to suck it to him. Hey, so listen, Mocha Marvels. If anybody knows, has a connection to Tyler Perry, we want in on this BET situation. Okay, BET. I mean, come on. We have grown up with Black entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I mean, remember Video Soul?
Honey, Video Soul.
106 in Park
with Ananda. 106 in Park. Like all the great things. We've had a time, honey.
I mean,
come on, Donnie Simpson.
And there was a time where that was the only space, right?
Yeah.
Where we can see, the kind of content that we want to see and listen to the music videos of the artists that we want to see before MTV and VH1. You know what I mean?
Supported it.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I mean, is that for sale? I mean,
it's a percent, but you know what? Let me tell you, BET is in the news for a couple things, right? For one, we have Tyler Perry, we have Byron Allen, both vying to purchase BET. I don't know which one is best, but I just hope they do. Whoever gets it, whether it's another network, whatever. But I would love to see it be Black owned, totally again.
Right? Yeah.
But do you know also? And speaking of BET, this probably ain't even part of your steamers. But honey, Deborah Lee, who was a longtime CEO of BET, did you see that? Honey, homegirl is out here telling all the listen. She was sleeping with Bob Johnson, and they were both married. I was like, oh. So her tell-all book, honey, Black Twitter is lighting up.
Not only that, but I mean, and I think, you know what though? I think that scandal, I mean, I would use that to drive the price.
Listen, I'm like, dang, Deborah Lee. Like, how long ago was this affair? Like, there's so many questions, and they kept it a secret this long. But I guess she was like, "Oh, I'm about to write this book, so I'm about to tell the business."
And I really think it'd be awesome if Tyler Perry took on that role and made it a movie, and where Medea plays her, and then he also plays who he had the affair. You know what I mean? He could play both roles.
The man and the mistress. Well then.
Not too far away from the truth, huh? So anyway, I mean, let's keep an eye on that. But it'd be very interesting, because we could have a full-out bidding war, and then somebody else can come in and swoop it up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Keep an eye on that. Woo! A little shake up there. Okay, so check this out. So hello. So Little Mermaid, the Disney movie, the Disney film, and we all know who is the leading actress. Haley has her own Little Mermaid Barbie, but this is what's really super cute about it. When she was looking at the Barbie and just in tears.
Yes.
If you look at the Barbie closely, she has the same little mole that Haley has on her forehead.
How sweet is that?
I mean, talk about attention to detail, and talk about really the Barbie team was you know what, let's really make sure we get this all the way right.
Yeah.
And they're just as honored to have her, representing.
I'm super looking forward to the movie. I really do. going to be amazing.
I mean, but again, though, the thing is, I mean, all that swimming in the ocean, just please keep her hair very well conditioned. We cannot and moisturize, please. That's come on. All right, so congratulations. I can't wait. Oh my God, if you had a little girl, I would buy you all these Barbies and give them to her.
Oh, yay.
You know what? I think we need to make a list of all the different Barbies that are of color and see like who is in this club. That'd be kind of fun, right?
Yeah, but they have a lot because I've been in the toy section because my son. I'm like, oh look at this! Oh look at this! Oh look at this Barbie! So, but cool.
I'm gonna try to get you a Barbie. I'm gonna try to get you a Barbie. Hey, so we all know who she is. We all know the infamous phone call that had to be made. And we all know that not only does she hang around with stars, but she is a star. She is a religion.
Honey.
And if all of you do not follow Baduism, I'm sure that if we go around on this cipher, you will realize that Erykah Badu is a fashion icon and on the cover of March Vogue.
Honey, and is fine as good wine. Do you hear me? Honey,
and organic, because she's huge on being organic.
That's Texas grown, baby.
Yeah, I mean, and talk about the consummate artist.
Yes,
I mean, when she, all of her music, and her presence, I mean, that she was living back in them days in the temple.
Mm-hmm.
Like she has been reincarnated 1, 2, or 3 or 4 times.
Correct, and I'm here for it every time. Every time she's somewhere near in concert, I'm like, oh, it's Erykah. We going. Like, it's Erykah. Why wouldn't we go?
Unapologetic. And it's from the moment that Badu floated onto the scene with her genre defining album, Badu is music's never been the same. I mean, when have you ever seen anyone in popular music, right, with the swag that she has? With the, I mean, she claimed, just last week we were talking about Egypt, right?
Yep.
And, about Black and what's Egyptian and what's not. You tell Erykah Badu that you have that conversation with Erykah Badu.
Listen, Erykah Badu is amazing. She's always going to have timeless music. We're always going to look forward to her next surprise antic, you know what I mean? So we are very glad to see that she is, I mean, and her daughter Puma can sing. Oh, and she's gorgeous. Her son, her daughter can sing. Her son. One thing I need to say is Erykah Badu was like Prince. Don't look her in the eyes, because those hazel eyes of hers, those beautiful eyes. She done trapped a many from Doc D, Andre 3000, Common, and like them brothers will never be the same when they come out. They come out wearing knit caps and pants when they finish with Erykah.
Right.
So she's on that list of don't look them in the eye. Don't look in the eye.
Yeah.
But we love her though. We love her.
And congratulations again. Those are your steamers, everything, and the latest that's happening in Black Hollywood and entertainment, with a focus on International Women's Month and Day.
All right, Mocha Marvel, stay tuned. We'll be right back with Piping Hot.
Look, I'm serving you Black Spring.
I'm Donna Davis, and you're watching Mocha in the Morning.
All right, Mocha Marvels. Welcome back to Mocha in the Morning, where we're adding a little flavor to your morning blend. Of course, I am your host, Keisha Boyd, and it is time for Piping Hot. And you know that I cannot do this without my sisters with me. So let me introduce this week's contributors, Miss Kristen Glanton, who is the TV and film critic for Black in Florida. Welcome, Kristen.
What's up, y'all? I'm ready to spill some tea.
Ooh, yes. And for the first time with us, Miss Donna Davis, who is a community organizer and political consultant.
Thank you for having me.
All right, listen, let's get into Piping Hot. Okay, so first of all, we want to send our sincere condolences to the families affected by these young men who were killed in Mexico. This story is super, super disturbing. And as many, it's so many layers and levels to this, right? So 4 people went over to Mexico for a medical procedure and were ambushed, and 2 of them were found dead. One is in critical condition, and the other one is alive. So, you can't give me a free trip to Mexico at this point. Right? I mean, you just can't, because there have been too many incidents where people are losing their lives going to Mexico. Now, whatever they're traveling, whether it's for pleasure, this one was for a medical procedure, which, people have warned over and over and over again not to go to Mexico for this. And quite frankly, not to go to Mexico at all at this point, especially if it's not a major tourist area like Playa or someplace like that where we know we have resources and things. So Donna, like, what are we to make of this situation? Why people, and Black people specifically, are being attacked when they're going to Mexico?
So the first thing we have to recall a few years ago, when the southern border was a huge topic during the end of Trump's administration and the beginning of Biden's. And we saw Haitian immigrants who used that as a way to get into the United States, being basically kept in camps in subhuman conditions.
Wow.
There was a video that went viral of a Black woman who was under a fence. I mean, it was tears and snot, and she was begging the cameras to see what conditions they were being held in Mexico. And so I think through my lens as a person who's been a part of the Black liberation since before people could get rich off of it, said it out loud.
Say it out loud, honey. Yes, let them know.
The anti-Blackness of the world is often not considered. People say those are all people of color. Mm-hmm. And so there can be no discrimination, but we forget everyone is anti-Black. And so I don't expect Black people. Now, Mexico is a narco state. It has a lot of problems, particularly northern Mexico. I lived in Colorado. A lot of that super lab stuff action ended up in the hands of people on the streets of Denver. But I will tell you that Latinos can be anti-Black. And how these people got mixed up with Haitian drug lords is beyond me. I'm sure there was nothing about them, since they were there to receive medical procedures, right, that gave Mexican drug cartel, Haitian drug cartel. And so I just see this as another incident of anti-Blackness, like what we see with police officers in the United States. Yes. This stuff is global.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Exactly that. Wow. Couldn't have said it any better. It's quite disturbing. It really does make you rethink. And Black people are about, that travel life now, about that experience. Yes. And things, but we still have to remember that we still have marks on us. Like we are still targets. And like Donna just said, it's not just here, it's in many places globally. So thank you for that. Let's jump to our next topic. And I've been seeing these ads all over my Facebook, all over my emails about this federal lawsuit against companies, relaxer companies, hair straightening, chemicals. Now we know, I don't know about you, but I had plenty of chemicals in my hair.
The creamy crack.
The creamy crack. Okay. I left it about, 10 years or so ago. But for most of my life, the creamy crack was definitely a part of my beauty regimen. Okay. Burnt scalp and all. Oh my God. So there's this lawsuit targeting these products, saying that it's linked to cancer and all kind of other, health issues. And, Kristen, I mean, I don't think this is, if it is proven to be true, I mean, the creators of these products for us, they knew this already, right? That this could maybe have these effects. And of course.
Absolutely. I believe that they already knew this. I mean, and this could be rumor, but I'd heard that they have actually found remnants of that in bones of women who have passed away already. So I don't think they're doing us any favors. And what concerns me is a lot of times these smaller companies who end up getting bought by these larger companies, and they change their formulas for the masses, and they end up being a little bit more dangerous for us. I mean, at this point, I don't want to put anything in my head but mayonnaise and olive oil, because you just don't know what you're putting in your system now. And you can't trust these humongous companies that are looking to turn a profit and not necessarily looking out for your well-being.
Absolutely. And Donna, now you have beautiful, long, flowing hair. So I don't know, did you use relaxers before? Never?
No, I did use relaxers before. I have a massive afro. This is keratin, which straightens your hair and keeps it straight unless you put water on it, right? I don't, I've been wearing box braids now for about 8 years. And so this is a rare straightening that you're seeing. You either see me with massive afro, which is completely out of control and a little bit insane, or you'll see me with box braids down to my butt. So this is something that I am collecting money from white people right now. And so that is why my hair is straight.
Get your coins.
Well, hold on. Wait a minute, Donna. You collected money from the white people, yes. So your hair is straight. Why you can't rock your natural?
Because they give me more money when my hair is straight.
Assimilation.
Right. They figure that if I have box braids or an afro, I'm going to do something with that money that's anti-white, right? Mm-hmm. And with straight hair, they assume I'm going to feed back into their luxury products, their Gucci's and things like that. I don't look like I'm going to go to the land, and start a cult with guns.
Right.
I love her.
I love her dearly. Do you hear me? Oh
my God.
Dearly. You better talk to the people. Yes. Ooh. Yes. No. Yes. Listen, it's about the system. You got to know how to work the system. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah. So and every time I straighten my hair, I get a nice infusion of cash. They follow each other. It's like water and salt,
I love it.
But yeah, I have actual fibroids, right? Mm-hmm. I have fibroids that are the size of cantaloupes, and I'm scheduled for a surgery early in the summer, late spring, early summer. Mm-hmm. And I believe that it's a direct result of romancing those chemicals. And let's face it, like if you have a tattoo, they find on autopsy, they find the ink from a tattoo in the lymph. Glands. And so everything you put in your body, ends up in places you don't mean it. Everything you put on your skin is in your system in 26 seconds, they say. Wow. So whatever's in, even if you do a HCG, and you're not supposed to have any fat in this diet. If you do HCG they tell you cannot use baby oil because even that oil will throw off your metabolism.
Wow.
When I heard that, I was like, oh my God. So everything in our air, in our water, everything that's on our skin, you use medicines. They're topical medications. You can put a strong medications and pain medications and patches, put it on your body, and it kills your pain wherever it is in your body. So yeah, I mean, it makes sense to me. And to your first point, which I think was the most important thing, they knew this before, the same way big tobacco knew.
Mm-hmm.
They were poisoning us.
That's right. They knew.
But,
they didn't care.
Profit.
Because our lives don't matter. It's not as valuable. So,
yeah,
you know. Woo! I tell you, boy. I tell you. All right, y'all. The orange man is making his comeback. And his followers are still his followers. And they're still supporting. I'm listen. So the Republicans, some of them don't fool with him, but CPAC was still owned by him, still dominated by Trump. And he definitely won, you know what I'm saying? The straw poll. I think DeSantis is the only person that, was even considered next to him, which Lord have mercy. Neither one of them are good. I certainly don't want a DeSantis in office. I definitely don't want Trump. And I just don't know. But, Donna, I'm afraid for our country because I know that Trump could actually win a presidency again.
He can win.
Absolutely.
He can win. And I woke up this morning to my sister sending me breaking news from Twitter that said DeSantis has been caught on tape, and the video is there saying that Medicare and Social Security should be done away with.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's going to put a hit in Trump's base, in DeSantis' base. Everybody that thinks that he's owning the libs and getting everybody told is going to quickly find out. And I said this to my friend last week, called up and said, he took over Disney. I was like, no such thing happened. Because after a while, it's like, Florida jokes are not funny when you live here, right? And when things are just breaking out all over. And so I said, no, that's not going to happen. I said, and he's going to around and find out how far Americans will go with this, right? Because everybody is for it when it's affecting someone else, not so much when it starts coming toward them. Then people sober up. I think that video is going to be number one. The people who are doing this dossier on him are not done. This is video number one. He thinks he owns Florida. He's played it fast and loose. He is now about to find out how far he can go with Americana, which includes Medicare, which includes Social Security, and it includes Disney. So now he's pissing in the wrong front yard.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because like you said, when you're talking about people money, benefits, wait a minute now. Because who's going to pay these bills? Kristen, who's going to pay these bills?
Yep. And these other Republican folks who have not put in their bids yet, but are probably going to run for president against Donald Trump. They basically boycotted CPAC this year to go to some sort of conservative economic organizations event. So DeSantis didn't go, Tim Scott didn't go. They all went to this other organization. So there's a lot of division going on over there. But either way, even if it looks like, Trump is still the one for them at this point, which I don't know. DeSantis, Satan, Trump, it's all bad.
Absolutely all bad. Either way, it's all bad either way.
And don't forget the CPAC poll. Y'all don't forget the CPAC poll that's saying that 62% to 20%, that's Trump on top. He is still the favorite because he's still the one that owned us. He's still the one that brought everybody together. Let's embrace this manifest destiny dream.
And DeSantis is number 2, but it's a far cry from 60-something%.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so let's move on to some sister girl talk, okay? we all know, Tamron Hall, Angela Yee. So they're in the news, and Portia Williams, all who in some aspect practice some type of journalism, right? So Angela Yee left the Breakfast Club for her own show. She was on Tamron Hall. Tamron is, someone said, well, I think it was Charlemagne actually, because he was talking to Portia. Portia was voicing that Tamron can get a little messy and basically kind of question her journalism and her ethics in journalism, saying that, she drags her or brings them in, and you have this great smooth sailing type question, and then boom, hit you with some messiness, which I have noticed that she's done a little bit. It's like Wendy Williams is gone, and I think Charlamagne said, okay, Wendy Williams left, so now somebody has to take up the messiness, and Tamron Hall is dabbling in that just a little bit. I like Tamron.
I do too.
I do. I like Tamron Hall. I like her style. I like her show. I don't necessarily think that she is messy. I think that as a journalist, I mean, one, it's a business, right? She's there to get ratings. She's there to keep her ratings so she can keep her show. So yes, if there's someone on, if you are a person coming on to do an interview, you have some controversy happening, you should expect that she's going to ask about the controversy, right, Chris?
Yep. And if you didn't lay that out explicitly before you went on that stage, that is something that you will absolutely not talk about, then everything is up for grabs. Mm-hmm. And furthermore, just because you've been on reality TV does not make you a journalist. So I don't like that.
Slow talk for me.
Not okay, ma'am. Like, go back to doing whatever it was you were doing before. I don't know, pulling weave and fighting men. I don't know. I didn't watch what she did. I don't know. But, talking about, a whole journalist that has an entire show and
so
comparing it to what you do.
Right. Charlemagne is not the one to say this, okay?
Correct.
He is not the one. He is ashy.
Right. No. She was saying it. So the whole, yeah.
But he had his thing to say.
Somebody got to come in with the Charlemagne. Somebody got to come in with the messiness. Right. First of all, Tamron Hall is classy in my mind. Right. She is far from a Wendy Williams. Okay. Wendy Williams literally made her, she was like a Joan Rivers. They literally are a Roseanne Barr, right? They literally made their names trashing people and punching down. That's what they're facing. Howard Stern.
What's your brands?
Okay. Right. Yep. So Andrew Dice Clay, if you're of a certain age, I just told on myself. Now, when Charlemagne says something, first of all, I don't listen to him because I would put him in a Chris Rock adjacent category for his history of speaking on Black women. So I don't want to hear anything he has to say about a successful Black woman, period. Done. Okay.
Right.
Angela Yee has been one of those people where I read this last night. It said she was a type of woman that often made women on that show feel like they were the only woman in the room. Because she was riding with the Ashies. So I want them to leave Tamron Hall alone. Angela Yee, I wish her all the luck in her new endeavors, but she needs not shade people that are in a whole different level of where she is. She hopes to someday be like Tamron Hall. She should leave it there.
Yes,
agreed.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
All right. So Tennessee, and for the life of me, I'm like, what is going on? Like, what? Now, we love a good drag show. I love me a good drag show. Ooh. How many times have we been down to Ybor and had a good old time? Okay.
Hamburger Mary's.
Hello, honey. Had a good time. Yeah. Love me a good drag show. Now, Tennessee's lawmakers are banning drag performances and drag performers. I mean, they have rallies and concerts for the LGBTQ trying to fight this. Donna, like, what is going on?
So before we finally reach the promised land, right, darkest hours are before dawn. This is the last hurrah of white supremacy. When people think of white supremacy, they think of racism. But the cishet capitalist white males that are doing all of this stuff around the country, they are fighting for their place at the helm of society. This is the last ride for manifest destiny. And so these people are trying to keep everybody in their place. Men are men, women are women. Black people knew their place. It's the Archie Bunker world that they want us to live in. It's never going back to that. People are never going to be quiet. Right now, the drag queens in St. Pete are planning to march on Tallahassee, right? I am advising them to do it in a way that they don't get arrested for public indecency, because that's a thing now. Mm-hmm. But in 3 years, we're going to look back on this and say, can you believe those white men, rich white men did that? Can you believe those captains of industry did that? The economy is going to shift. A lot of people are going to lose their fortunes. And the way this country is aligned around white male dominance and wealth is going to shift. It's not going to be the party that Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump think it's going to be. And I'm so excited. And the more they do this sort of thing, the more they're outing themselves, right? Yep. Because we know we've had more than a few Republican men, white men, it's always white Republican men who turn out to be gay.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep. What was it? What was the guy? What was his name in the wheelchair? That was in government, and he got outed completely, and he was absolutely against anything gay. I can't even think of his name.
And I'm against people outing people, because that's not a thing. That's inhumane, right, unless that's your stock in trade.
Right.
Then you get the slap.
Yeah, absolutely.
My thing is like, what's next? I mean, are you going to regulate? What are you going to do when people dress up for Halloween? I mean, this is ridiculous. And on top of that, my concern is if Tennessee has set a precedent now. So now other states that have even thought about doing this, they're going to be able to take that court order and be able to push this through way easier in these other states. And that's really my concern for my LGBTQ folks and my drag folks across the United States.
But we're going to go back when all this is said and done, right? Something's got to push the kids to start voting, right? Yes. And so once they realize that these decisions that they were protesting at USF and getting arrested, I'm like, y'all could just vote tomorrow, right? So, so once the kids realize that this behavior is tied to voting, and that all this voting don't do nothing, it's groupthink, right? Once they realize that this stuff is tied to voting, where we could have had another 30,000 people, 29,000 kids, that's less than the people that's up on USF campus, vote for Andrew Gillum, none of this would be happening. And once that message hits the streets, we're going to see a change. And then we can undo all of this stuff. But for right now, this needs to keep going until people realize why it's happening.
That's true. Very, very true. Very true. Now, to round us out, honey, I know you mentioned Chris Rock before, Donna. But Chris Rock has a new special on Netflix, and everybody was so ready to get tuned in, because we just like, okay, he's about to say something profound and funny about this slap at the Oscars. And of course, this weekend is the Oscars, and it's obviously the timing is right on point.
Wait,
right?
Who thought he was going to be profound?
Right.
Girl. Yes. I don't know. But most people are like, oh my God, we can't wait to see what he's going to say. But it was dry. It was like, but I don't think I've ever thought that he was funny. I thought he was just not.
No,
I never thought he was funny.
No. I enjoyed him in I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
That Pootie Tang?
Never.
I walked out on Pootie Tang. So look, he's never been funny. He's always had this shuck and jive vibe about him, and I just have I don't get it. I don't understand Chris Rock, and I've never liked him. And to be honest with you, I'm really over him. I'm really over the Smiths, over the entire thing. Like, they could all just really go away, and I'd be okay with that. But in particular, he really needs to shut down because he's never liked Black women. And if that is the case, it's fine. But you just need to go somewhere and sit with, is he married? Is he married?
I think
He
he's
was.
married. He's not married anymore.
No, she left him. It was a Black woman.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it.
He did a whole special about her. And it was misogynistic as anything could be.
Not surprised.
Chris Rock is a minstrelly mess, and he has been forever, right? This was the kid that got punked in school, and then he grew up to be that person that only wants to offend the people that he sees as responsible for his alienation. That's Black people, specifically Black women. He's like the first incel. He's like the first Black incel, right? And so this dude is like, he got all this money, but he is the dude, if he was your sugar daddy, he's the one, he's that Angela Jolina meme where you're trying to decide if you want to give your sugar daddy some sugar.
Right.
Okay? He's that Black man that even though he's paying your student loans off, you still got to really get into the mindset to do this thing, okay? Now, when he was on the cover of Vanity Fair in the 90s, dressed like a whole clown, it was giving minstrels. Conscious Lee did a treatment on Chris Rock in that Vanity Fair cover. He did not just become this person. He's been this dude, and I never liked him. And as a Black woman, I just viscerally rejected his idea of comedy. And you know, Kizzy Lehman said on his speaking of punching down, exactly. And it's cringeworthy. I watched 12 Years a Slave to see Will Smith get whipped.
Or Emancipation.
Emancipation.
Emancipation. He crossed a 12-lane highway. Like there were so many things that didn't need to, so many things that were suggested in that space, right? The internalized self-hatred, the lack of ability to understand his history, his own despisement of other Black people. Brother got a lot of stuff going on. Chris Rock, more than anything, he needs another slap and some therapy.
Yes, another slap and some therapy. I definitely, he needs something, honey. He needs
friends
something.
And handlers.
Okay? Yeah, he needs all of that. But he just, I don't know. I just felt like he would have done better by just doing. He's like, I'm not gonna be on no gay. I'm not gonna be sitting down with this person, that person, sharing my story, crying on the couch. You might need to though.
You might need to. And until then, a mute button because he needs help.
He had a year to come back and regale us with something profound. He did. Yep. And it could have been a moment for him where he crossed over into that space where he could have been profound. All of the impetus, the wind was at his back. This fool snatched defeat out of the jaws of victory. And I don't feel sorry for him. If I felt sorry for him this much before, I want to slap him the next time.
Then and that, there it is. Listen, like we said, we about had enough of all of it, right? And I'm interested to see how the Oscars are laid out this year. I'm just interested to see how it's laid out. But listen, ladies, this has been amazing. You already know, anytime you all want to come back, I welcome you back every week. If you want to just shoot somebody a message, say, girl, I want to come talk. Yes, come on, Donna, come on, Kristen. I truly enjoyed y'all. Have a wonderful weekend. Once again, happy International Women's Month to you both. And we love you and thank you.
You too, boo.
All right, Mocha Marvels, don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back with this week's Mocha Moment. Take care. We'll be right back. All right, Mocha Marbles, this week's Mocha Moment features some Tampa Bay social justice warriors who took a pilgrimage down to the National Museum of Peace and Justice in Montgomery and commemorated the 58th anniversary of Bloody Sunday in Selma, Alabama.
Welcome back, Mocha Marvels. You are watching Mocha in the Morning. And do you have a minute for some Mocha Marvels that are on the move?
Listen, we want you to support some of our local events happening in the Tampa Bay area. One is T. Kinsey's second annual Derby fundraiser, which happens April 1st at Tampa Bay Downs. You can find information on Facebook. Just search T. Kinsey's Derby event. Here in Tampa. Also, don't forget that the Plant City Rattlers, the Florida A&M Alumni Association, is hosting its annual Orange and Green Golf Tournament on March 18th. If you have a foursome or you want to join a team, it's 2 of you, it doesn't matter. It's all for scholarships and programs for our local high school students who are on their way to Florida A&M University. So go to plantcityrattlers.com. That's www.plantcityrattlers.com for more information. All right, Mocha Marvels. Thank you so much for tuning in. Jorge, honey, let me tell you.
I was like, listen, for piping hot, I was like, tag me in. I was like, where's my wig? Get me a wig, somebody.
Listen, we had an amazing segment in Piping Hot. Like Donna and Kristen was, honey, they brought the fight today, especially Miss Donna. I mean, that's my first time having her. She must come on the show at least once a month.
Actually, I was on when I went to Montgomery, Alabama for the pilgrimage last year. She was part of that group, and we had a good time. So I mean, she's stellar.
She's a gem. She is a gem, and we loved her. So thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, please make sure that you are sharing the show. Follow us on all social platforms, Mocha Morning Show. Follow us on YouTube and subscribe. Yes. And please, if you'd like to be a contributor, we welcome you. We want our Mocha Marvels to participate. Just hit us up, shoot us a message in our DMs. However you need to get in touch with us, we are looking forward to hearing from you.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll see you next week. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye. Now let's go work up on our greatest hits album.
Oh yes. Let's start with some.
I want to do like a remix.
Remakes. We got to do the remakes.
Right. And maybe a couple of like covers.
Got to do the covers.
This is show like diversity. We flexible.
You got you want to do covers? What about sheets?
Yeah.
She got you.
You got me this time. Okay.
That was a very
I'm gonna cut.